Hey guys, what's up? I'm Rod, your happy hippie, and welcome back to the show that never ends. And I'm here to do a contest entry for Noble Records 7,000 sub contest. Congratulations, Dylan, on the 7,000 subs. I think it was this time last year you were doing a contest for 750 subs, so it's congratulations. That's very commendable. 7 questions for 7,000 subs. First question, your best finds of all time. Now, one of these albums I just showed on a video, and that's the Electric Prunes. Okay, baby. It's my granddaughter. What can I do? Yeah, that's yours, baby. Go show your mom. Excuse that, guys. Electric Prunes, mono. And this is not just a mono copy, but it is a promo copy. If you could read that. Not for sale. It's a white label promo. Not for sale in mono. Electric Prunes. And I really, truly lucked into this, Billy. I mean, a guy came into our antique shop. It's not mine, it's a buddy of mine's shop. I have a booth there. And he had a bunch of stuff for sale. And one of the things he had was an album. And he didn't deal in albums at all. Did not play with it. And I asked him about it. He goes, man, I just need gas money. And he sold a bunch of other stuff, and he said he made a huge profit on that. I gave him it was less than $10 for this, I want to say. And he set the price, and I jumped all over it. Incredible find. Probably never walk into my life again a mono promo copy of the Electric Prunes. And again, it's on the white label. And you see different types of promos. You see the gold stamp promo, some of them with the stickers on the album. Usually the ones with the sticker on the album that says promo was for a record store, so they could have a copy to let people listen to. When it came to white label, those were strictly for radio stations. And this one has the call letters written on it, which probably means it was a station copy. With promo copies, all the DJs usually get a copy of it, and they usually take it home. And those are the ones you find on eBay that are in really good shape. But usually the station copy, they get kind of beat up a little bit. Anyway, another great find, the Beatles' Rubber Soul in mono. Rubber Soul mono, the Beatles. And again, this kind of just came into the shop, and I got it for a really good deal. For some reason, my granddaughter's bringing me a New Year's Eve top hat. So to appease her, I'll try it on. Another great find, Working Man's Dead. This is a very early copy. It's not an original issue, but it's a very early 70s pressing, and it was in very clean condition. And I got that at Fredericksburg, Virginia. I was down there visiting my brother. Anyway, those are some of my best finds. Question number 2 is, in our opinion, the greatest song ever written, the best song ever written. I have 2 I'm going to go with. Off of Bob Dylan's album, Saved, I'm going to go with Covenant Woman. It's a beautiful love song to his wife, and it really reminds me of my wife, Kelly, and how much I love her. Covenant Woman's got some very deep lyrics, and to me it's one of the best love songs ever written, and very sentimental to me. Every time I hear it, I think of my wife. Covenant Woman. Another song, I think one of the best ones ever written, and I'm showing it off the Greatest Hits album, The Grateful Dead, Ripple, written by Robert Hunter, the late Robert Hunter and the late Jerry Garcia. Ripple. There's all kinds of versions of this. It seems like every live album they come out with has a different version of it. I love the song Ripple. There's a part of the song where he talks about, to me would be to your child or to a very close friend, talking about there's a path you're going to have to go on, but I can't go with you. It's a road you have to walk alone. Ripple by the Grateful Dead, to me, best song ever written. And I'm trying to memorize these questions because I don't know what I did with my list.
Hello, homie.
You know where my list is, homie? Documentary. Here it is. Okay, I've gotten through the first best song, best finds. How do you keep track of your records? I use Discogs. It's easy for me. Only thing I don't like about Discogs, I hear a lot of people say it too, is they use the artist's first name instead of his last name to alphabetize it. Other than that, I keep mine in alphabetical order. A through Z. I have a separate section for Psych, a separate section for my Record Store Day albums. I got that from Robert Z. I believe that's who I got it from. Then I got my Jazz and Blues in one section and my Psych in one. I keep my Grateful Dead all together. Stones all together, of course. But that is how I keep track of my records. Albums that I would never sell. I have sold a lot of albums I regret selling.
Mommy.
But basically everything I have that I can replace would be for sale for the right price. But there's a couple I don't want to sell. One is Joe King Carrasco. And because it's autographed, Joe King Carrasco. He had a small hit back in the 70s, or early 80s called Party Weekend. Great song. He was the first performer to be banned from Saturday Night Live. Very first one, and he's really proud of that. What happened was the song started, and he ran up in the audience, because that was his thing with the cordless guitar. So he's running through the daggone audience. The camera couldn't keep track of him. Anyway, they told him he would never play SNL again. The next guy to get banned was Elvis Costello. But anyway, Joe King Carrasco. I've seen a few people in the VC mention this guy. Ron Haggerty showed a couple of his albums that he had gotten a lot. And I was just drooling, because I never find his albums in the wild. And Joe King was a friend of mine. And when I had cancer 22 years ago, Joe King Carrasco played a benefit for me. Him and this guy here, Dwayne Jarvis, and he signed it to me as well. Far From Perfect. Dwayne Johnson. He was a Nashville studio musician, played with numerous acts, had a great little solo career in the 90s on the Americana charts, and unfortunately we lost him to cancer a few years ago. And I miss this guy so much, man. Dwayne, you were a wonderful person, a wonderful friend, and I'll see you again. I'll see you when I get there, Dwayne. So those are two ones I will not sell. I have regrets about selling some albums, and some albums I don't care about. You know what I mean? I had an album stolen from me, a CD actually, a CD. It was an autographed CD, personalized to me, from Arlo Guthrie. He came out with a CD in the 90s, and our station was the first station to report it to Gavin Magazine on the Americana charts. And his daughter lived in the area where our station was. And she told him we were playing it. He got reports that we had reported it. Long story short, he came by and autographed a CD to me and thanked me for playing his music. And a so-called friend of mine stole it. Their name's not Rod. They didn't work for K-Fan. Why would they want it? But anyway, let's get back to the contest. Documentary. Best musical documentary. Long Strange Trip. All about the Grateful Dead. It's like 4 or 5 hours. And Amazon has it broken up into 5 episodes. Incredible, cool documentary. And another one, Mazzy recommended. It's Echo in the Canyon, hosted by Jacob Dylan. It's got David Crosby in it, the Byrds. Eric Clapton, Nora Jones sings in it. The Beach Boys. Talks about the mamas and the papas. All about Southern California and Laurel Canyon back in the mid-60s. Excuse me. Echo in the Canyon. Great, great music documentary hosted by Jacob Dylan. Yeah, I've gotten a lot of great gifts in the VC. Big Eric Weinbender sent me some great DVDs on the Grateful Dead, some VH tapes on the Grateful Dead. Even sent me some socks that I wear all the time, Dead socks. But as far as vinyl, I'm not going to mention the ones my wife gave me. My wife gives me some great vinyl once a year at Christmas. She always hooks me up with some really cool stuff. But in the past year, I've gotten Blue and Lonesome from Melinda Murphy. Rolling Stones, their tribute to their blues heroes. Fantastic 2-record set, Blue and Lonesome. And, you know, they were set to go in the studio that year. They recorded 4 songs. And Ron Wood said, for whatever reason, they decided to switch gears and do an all-cover album of their favorite blues songs. So they put those 4 songs on hold. And they're supposed to come out with a new album this year that's going to include those 4 plus more. But anyway, 2016 they released this. Melinda Murphy gave me this, I think over the last summer. What are we in, 2020? Yeah, she gave me this summer of 2019, I believe. A great gift from Melinda Murphy. I cherish it. I love it. Randy Weaver gave me this really, really cool copy. I had said I did not have a copy of Wish You Were Here any longer, and he gave me this really cool green copy. And this is really cool because they misprinted the label. Even though it has both sides, the correct sides on it, both sides say it's side number 1. And hey, you're on tape here, man. You sound like a crazy woman. Anyway, Randy Weaver gave me this fantastic, fantastic album. Grateful Dead Record Store Day release. I had mentioned in my Record Store Day video I did not get a chance to get it. It was sold out by the time I got there. My good buddy Mike from Jam on Vinyl hooked me up with this. Hell of a good guy, hell of a great album. And another gift, another Record Store Day album. And I did not get to the one on Black Friday. Could not get there. My ride canceled, and they had a good reason. Because their car broke down. My cousin felt bad for me. He doesn't mess with vinyl. He's not into this whole thing. He's actually my wife's cousin. It's on orange vinyl. He went there, stood in line, and he picked up the Alice Cooper Dragontown. Great gift. Orange vinyl, and it's played at 45 RPM. And I don't get to see him a whole lot, so he brought it out at Christmas time and said, just consider this a gift. Thank you, Glenn. Fantastic album. And the fact he stood in line for something he's not interested in, and he had no clue about Record Store Day. He's like, I could not believe there were people just like you standing in line and waiting to get in the store to buy albums. But so that was a great gift. And our ritual for listening to music. If I get up early enough in the morning, I'll make a nice pot of coffee and come out here with a cup of coffee. And I'll put on some jazz or Grateful Dead. And I sit and I keep it nice and low so I don't disturb the house. Afternoons, after I get done doing what I'm doing, hey, Courtney, I'll come home. Basically the same thing, but juice instead of coffee, and I'm able to crank it up until someone comes out here and tells me to turn it down.
What? Want to say hi?
Mama.
Evenings, maybe an adult beverage. Usually not. I come out here, put on some Stones or
You want some Yo juice?
whatever, man. The Grateful Dead. Seems like that's my go-to. No matter what I listen to throughout the day, before I go to bed, there's a Grateful Dead album on my turntable. I don't care if I'm in the mood for Black Sabbath that day, Aretha Franklin, Jimi Hendrix, Marvin Gaye, Chet Baker. It always ends up with the Grateful Dead on my turntable, and that's just how I roll. Dylan, congratulations on 7,000 subs. That's what's up, bro. You deserve every one of them. Very, very nice guy. Very noble man. Noble Records. This has been my entry. Peace. Thank you for watching. Remember, be good to each other, man.